Okay, so after priming our eye, we're taking Carbon by M.A.C and we are going to cut the crease. So I'm going to start in the inner corner, just above the crease, and I'm working my way up across very gently, like that, and then we're going to blend that upwards. I tend to stretch the skin, as you know before. I tend to just do that. I don't know why, but it just makes blending more comfortable, easier. I don't know whether that's something that people do. It's something that I do though. Fantastic, so once you've blended that up towards your brow bone, we're going to take Flash, which is a lovely purple by Urban Decay. You can take any old purple, and I'm just going to pop that directly underneath where I've placed the black. So just underneath there. And I'm going to blend that horizontally, like so, and then up into the black, so that it creates a gradient. Next, we're taking the same eyeshadow brush and taking Freshwater by M.A.C, which is just, as you can see, it's a satin, sort of a deep blue. We're taking just a little bit of it, and we're going to pop that just over the purple. Again, just going horizontally, just right up in that crease. Don't worry too much if you get it on your lid, because we're going to cover that up in a minute anyway. So next I'm going to go in with Love Plus by SugarPill, which is this gorgeous deep red. It's my absolute favourite red in the entire world. So I'm just going to pop that directly on the lid, just patting that with a little eyeshadow brush which I've got here. Patting, 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 just right on the centre of the lid. And then, once you've deposited a sufficient amount of colour, you're going to start blending the border of that up into the blue. So, what we're going to do is start by blending it just at the border of the colour, like so, at the border of the red. And then, once we've dissipated the colour, we're going to work our way up to the crease. So, it creates this gradient through from red to purple, and then up to eventually black. So you should end up with something like this. So next we're going to take a little angled brush, and we're going to take that same Love Plus, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just line underneath my eye. So I'm just going to go from the inner corner, which is very tricky from this angle, because I'm looking down into the mirror. Just directly under the lash line. Once you've done that, we're going to take a little bit more Love Plus, a little bit more red, and we're going to continue that line which I've done underneath the eye. I'm going to head it up towards the corner of my brow. I'm going to create a wing. So I'm just going to start there and just gently create that wing. And then to join that up, we take a little bit more red, and I'm going to take this point where I've stopped, and I'm going to move that across into the crease and then fill this area in with colour. So just like so, just across to the crease, and then fill that in. And then just go back over that with the colour until you have a nice, vivid yet blended wing. Like that. So the next step is we're going to take our little angled brush, and we're going to take Carbon by M.A.C again, and we're just going to repeat that motion, except we're just going to take the black and just go underneath. So we're going to line the eye underneath the red and follow it right up, right to the tip of the wing. So it's just going to be like a little bit of an outline, a little bit of a border to our eye look. very gently. A little bit more. And now I'm going to just follow that line. So next step is we're going to work on our brow. So we're going to take a clean little fluffy eyeshadow brush and Gesso by M.A.C, which is just a very matte white, and I'm just going to just collect a bit on my brush and just pat that over my brow. Just pat that just gently right down. Fantastic. So now with the same brush, I'm going to use this absolutely adorable colour, which is probably one of my favourite colours at the moment. It's called Mysterious by Gorgeous Cosmetics, which is an Australian brand. Essentially, it is a nude / translucent colour that when you apply it to the skin, I'll see if I can give you a bit of a swatch. So once you apply it to the skin, it has this beautiful, you can sort of see it. It's got this beautiful sort of a violet shimmer to it. You sort of see that? Anyway, so we're going to apply that just straight back over the top of the Gesso, which is the white in the brow. So I'm just going to again just pat that on. Pat, 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 pat. Just very gently. Now with this, because it's got this beautiful reflective shimmer in it, I really want to control where it goes. So just when you're applying, if you do decide to apply this, you don't have to, you can just stay with the white. But if you have like a shimmer like this handy, I find it enhances the look. If you're applying this, I really strongly recommend that it stays up in the brow, stays on the white. So try not to blend it too far down into the black, because it does tend to make the look a little bit muddy. So we're just going to gently just sort of mingle that in with the white. See how it just gives it that little bit of a shimmer? So now we're going to work on the brows. So I am just taking a little lip liner here. It's in this colour by BYS. I don't think it even has a colour code. Oh yes, it does. It's 3 red. So it's just a red that's going to I've tried to match to Love Plus. If you have a brow in a red, that's fantastic, but more commonly you'll find lip liners in red, obviously. A little bit more of a waxy consistency, but works perfectly still. So I'm going to fill in my brow. So I am going to start just by working on the inner corner and just doing a straight line straight up to the arch. Straight up. And then I'm going to do a vertical line just here. And then I'm going to mirror that line all the way up to the arch. Then I'm going to sort of just flick it down just to cover that, just the very end there. Now very gently I'm just going to fill that in. Make sure your pencil is incredibly sharp as well, because you want precision. If you do muddle it up a little bit on this, like I have just up here, not a big deal. We're just going to go back in with a makeup wipe, and because I haven't applied foundation yet, I can just swipe that straight across my skin. If you have applied foundation, obviously you can just do a little bit of a retouch, so it doesn't matter if you're messy up here. What really does count is if you're messy down below, because that gets quite tricky to try to recover from. So next I'm going to set that by taking Love Plus again and the little angled brush that we used on the lower line earlier, and I'm just going to pat some colour just over the top of the pencil. Next we're going to add a little bit of a purple shimmer into the brow. So what I'm going to do is, again, taking that same little fluffy brush that we used for Mysterious and Gesso in the brow, I'm going to take Mysterious again, and I'm just going to pat that directly over the top of our coloured brow. Now of course, you don't have to do this again, because I know this colour is not going to be found everywhere. You could just leave it as a beautiful cherry red brow as well. I'm just doing this just to add a little extra something, you know? Ta-da! So that's what you should look like so far. Now, we're almost done. What we're going to do now is we're going to apply mascara and fake lashes, which I'm going to apply off camera because it's never pretty to watch. Ta-da! Through the magic of editing, I now suddenly have a lash. So now I'm going to line that lash, and I'm just going to create a bit of a wing to follow up. What I'm going to use is Maybelline's Master Precise Liquid Liner, because it's just got this wonderfully, incredibly fine point to it, and it can, you can use any kind of liquid liner, but this is the one I would probably recommend because of the precision you can get out of it. So what we're going to do is I'm going to just start by just filling it a little bit on the inner corner, going over where the lash's seams meet your lash, just to fill that in, just like so. I'm sorry if this is blurry, guys. I'm trying to do a million things at once. We're going to flick that outwards from here, just in exactly the same direction. Go for the same point, like that. Okay, so she would end up looking like that. So finally I'm going to apply my mascara, and I'm going to apply Smoulder by M.A.C, which is a black Kohl liner, on the bottom, and that's going to finish off the eye. So I'm going to do that very quickly now. Ta-da! And you have the finished eye look. So stay tuned for the lips. Okay, so the lips are pretty straightforward. What we're going to be using is just 3 products. I'm going to be using a red, which this is M.A.C, just M.A.C red, which is colour A71, which looks like that. It's a little bit mangled. I'm going to be using Smoulder by M.A.C for the sort of the shadowy kind of outer edge, and I'm going to be using Gorgeous Cosmetics Mysterious for the highlight. So let's get cracking on that. Okay, so taking M.A.C's 209 brush, which looks like this, and M.A.C red, we're going to paint in the lips. So I'm going to move that. You could also line the lips using the same lip liner you used for your eyebrows. In this instance though, I'm not. Okay, so once that's done, we're going to take a little fluffy eyeshadow brush and Mysterious by Gorgeous Cosmetics, which is their shimmery purple, and I'm just going to take a little bit on the end of the brush and just put it right in the center of my lips. So I'm going to start at the bottom. And then I'm going to do the top. Then just blend it together by going like this. Side to side. Next we're taking Carbon by M.A.C and our little lip brush, which is the 209 M.A.C brush, and just going to go on the sides and start filling in a little bit of black just to add a little bit more dimension. And just on the outer. Looks crazy right now, but once I go like this, et voila, dimension. Do it on the other side. On top and bottom. And then blend again. Side to side, up and down, and then just fill in any gaps. Sometimes the blending is not always even because you're using your own lips to blend. And that is the lip. Okay, so this is the finished look. What do you think? All I have done is I have done my usual foundation routine, and I've contoured quite heavily using quite dark contour colours and not a lot of blending upwards, just some really harsh angular cheeks, which I know does not sound a lot like a beautiful, lovely romantic look, but it's not really supposed to be. It's more supposed to be sort of an angsty, sort of loathsome sort of the Cure-esque kind of a look, you know. So that's it. I've also done my hair, just pulled it back and teased it up at the front a little bit, but that's pretty much my look. So yes, hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, please thumbs up, subscribe to me, and you know, let me know if you like this, because I will be doing you know, makeup tutorials in the future if so. So until then, I guess I'll talk to you all very soon. Mwah. Bye guys.